get video evidence of it, this guy decides to move over and haul ass. Now, either you were behind me with some type of listening device, or you in my phone. I don't know what was going on. But all I do know that black car had followed me for several miles, too long to not have passed. And another thing I noticed, at the rail yard I picked up, I've been telling you that they've been changing shit. And this time I caught this one in action when it was done and where I was at when it was done. All our chassis have 6-digit numbers. Letters in front, 6-digit numbers. At that rail yard, the kiosk was working to sign in when you come in. I pulled up. To sign in, you got to pull in with your truck number, your chassis that you're picking up with. I entered the chassis number myself. Actually had typed in the wrong numbers, but before I hit send, I saw I typed in the wrong number and corrected it. I put in the correct chassis number and logged in to enter the yard to go get my empty box. Now, this switch was made while I was over there waiting on the box to the chassis number. Somebody added a 2 to the chassis, which I didn't do. Now, while I'm there waiting on the loader to come put the box on my chassis, the only person that has the capability to update a chassis when I'm in the yard after I've signed in the gate is the loader. Their computer system, they have the capability of updating a chassis number if you put the wrong chassis number. So, either it was the loader that added that 2 to it before I went to the yard to sign out on the way out. But what I noticed that was strange is the loader does not have access to my log. While I was inside to get ready to exit out of the yard, I just happened to click on my log to look at the chassis number on my log that I did a pre-trip on when I picked it up out of Detroit, at the rail yard in Detroit. I put that chassis number in correct, did a pre-trip, hauled ass up to the rail yard to go get my box. Now tell me why my chassis number that I put in on my log now also has a 2 on it. No rail yard has access to my log. Only the safety department, the log department at the company, has access to the log. So I'm thinking, how could that get switched? Who added the 2 to my log? Now, either this is a hacker that hacked into the system and set this shit up today, or somebody in the log department is playing games and you notified that rail yard where I was going to go pick up the box that you were going to add a 2 to my chassis on my log, and after I signed in that they would have to add that 2 to make it look like I did it. This is why you can't catch these individuals. I told you they be switching documents I take a photo of in my phone. They change shit. But I am 100% positive that too was added while I was at the rail yard of I-96, picking up this empty box to go pick up this load on my way to Zilly. Now, who added the two? Like I said once before, when you're at a rail yard, the only person capable of updating your chassis while you're in the yard waiting for a box is the loader. They'll ride by, notice you got the wrong chassis number in there, and then they'll put it in. Or you can also call inside to that particular rail yard. You can call them and have them updated over the phone. But when I went to exit, there was a problem. I went to exit out of the yard, I logged in, exit out the yard. I see there's a 2 in the chassis. Because all your exiting information comes up. Once that loader put the box on, he inputs the box number, and it comes up with your exit entry. There was a 2 added to my chassis, so I deleted the 2 out. Next thing I know, I get a message on the kiosk that there's a problem. Either start over or go to problem area. I clicked start over. Next thing you know, it said in session, you may leave the yard. Now all this is transpiring while I'm on that rail yard's property. All of it is transpiring while I'm on that rail yard's property. So who changed the 2? Who put a 2 in there? Because I picked the chassis up in Detroit. I'm 100% positive that I inputted it right, 6 digits. That's after the letters. Did my pre-trip on it, drove all the way to the rail yard. It was after I inputted that chassis into that rail yard's kiosk that this changing shit started. So who did it? Who responsible? Why would you be playing games? And I noticed, it seems like this individual is playing games off of the videos I post on YouTube. Because I posted a video yesterday of me being pissed. I'm still pissed that I ended up with points on my license for a headlight that went out, that I was in no control of it because I was driving straight. I would have never knew it was out because it was daylight. And I hadn't stopped since I got unloaded. So I made a video about it. And I also put in that video that I'm tired of watching all this setup shit, this changing shit, all this other shit. And I come out here today and you doing exactly what I complained about that I'm tired of watching in that video. I'm 100% certain this individual is on my video. And if you are a law enforcement officer pretending to be somebody on my YouTube page, you need to identify yourself. Because I got a couple of individuals on there that's talking a little bit too much strange. The Cheerio guy about the FOIA request. You don't get a FOIA request in trucking. You don't get that kind of information. Putting out where I work at. All this other shit. Watching the videos real closely so you can see where I work at. Talking all this other shit. You're mentioning shit that happened to me at Warren Truck Plant. One of the YouTubers, that Riley Martin, keep talking about that Code 31 shit. Code 31 was something that happened at Warren Truck Plant. A FOIA request is something that I requested and also had an attorney that I had that was finna sue Warren Truck Plant. Request. A FOIA is a Freedom of Information Act. Why this individual on my YouTube talking about that? I don't re-input and do another pre-trip, or just input the correct chassis number in there and do a pre-trip of that. So they would notice that it was a wrong entry on the log. That's the only way I can change it. Once I input that shit, there's no way for me to change it after I input it. So that is either a hacker, somebody in the log department, somebody that's accessing these rail yard computer systems and apps that I'm signed into. And I am 100% positive that it happened back there in that rail yard I just picked up at off of 96 in Detroit. And then I got a suspicious black vehicle following too closely behind me. Then I get a call from dispatch saying the rail yard said I didn't sign out with the box. Yes, I did. Told them check your camera. I came in there at the kiosk. The kiosk, after I corrected the improper chassis number on there, tells me some type of error, start over, and then when I click start over, all of a sudden it said, you may now exit the intersection. So I exited. All this shit is a setup, and this shit is set up off of that video I posted yesterday. These motherfuckers I'm dealing with are some damn idiots. I don't know how the United States of America has this goddamn shit going on that you allowing somebody to play some motherfucking type of game where you accessing my phone, apps on my phone, accounts on my phone, hacking in the shit and changing shit. And then you did it, it got me points now. You set me up for that headlight to go out, to put points on my record. How's this going on in the United States? I see this shit. How the hell you don't see this shit? And I'm sick of the shit. And I'm tired of looking at the shit. And I'm tired of these idiots doing the shit. You are hacking in and changing official government documents. You're hacking into log systems. You're hacking into rail yard systems. You're hacking in through my phone. And you're changing shit. And I'm sick of it. Your ass is going to get busted. You're going to get fucking caught. And your motherfucking ass